everybody. Scott Golden here with the Golden Opportunities Coaching YouTube channel. Welcome to those of you who are new. Welcome back to those of you seasoned veterans. What we do around here, we try to take psychological, emotional topics and break them down into simplest form. We take coaching topics, do the same. We've got over 450 of those available for your listening pleasure. Hopefully there's something that can be of benefit to you. This particular audio is about things that can make you unhappy, little things that add up over time. And this can be extremely valuable for people that are trying to figure out, hey, what's got me off kilter? Excuse me. If I can be of assistance to you in any way, please feel free to reach out. Two ways to do that: at PO Perception on Twitter, and or you can check the About Me section of this site or this YouTube page, and my website is there. You can check that out as well. The next thing is kind of looking at things that make you upset, like little tiny things that add up over time. The first is social media. The prominence of social media, I think, is slowly killing our society, and research bears this out. The little hits of dopamine and positive hormones that come through the validation of being acknowledged on social media by many times complete strangers or people that you don't have a lasting relationship with can be good for the moment, but bad for the long term. This is because when you don't get the attention, you feel like you've lost something, and your brain reacts appropriately. So if you are finding that your level of happiness is fluctuating in a negative way, taking a social media detox for a day, 2 days, or even a week can be one of the most valuable things in the world. Many of my clients that I work with completely take themselves off social media because they realize how much of it is ultimately kind of leading them down a mental negative path. It's easier to send a direct email to somebody and kind of relate with them that way, and or pick up the phone and call them, maybe Skype them, but cultivate more meaningful one-to-one relationships as opposed to the social media world that we're living in now. The next thing is social trends. So whether it be on the news or through reading social media, having an opinion on just about everything, from politics to religion to how we're handling the COVID-19 outbreak to how this social situation is panning out politically, or whether this person should or shouldn't be canceled. Having to have so many opinions or to be abreast of things that are moving at a much faster rate. Remember, it was, 35, 40 years ago that many people only had maybe 5 to 10 television channels. Now we've got 500. Your local radio station, you might have 10 choices. Now you literally can go on apps and find any song that's ever been written in the last 100 years, if not longer. And that variety of choice, but also the need to have opinions about just about everything can create anxiety and frustration and unhappiness, because it's like, I always need to be thinking, I always need to be watching. What did I miss? I'm going to feel left out, and all of that. So the next is a negative workplace. Now, negative workplace encompasses a lot of things, whether that be a toxic boss who expects too much, whether that be unfair treatment and favoritism or nepotism, whether that be you're overworking and no one acknowledges you, or any other number of combination of things. A negative workplace can really influence in a profound way your level of happiness, especially if you don't have an outlet to talk about it and or find personal resolution, self-resolution. That is finding a way to deal with it that makes things more amenable for you. So the next thing is long-term family issues that are unspoken, whether that be issues with former abuse, whether that be issues with favoritism, one sibling over another, whether that be not enough time spent, or a critical parent or sibling, someone who believes you're living your life all wrong. These issues, we're kind of like abused animals in that way a lot of times, where we go back and we seek the validation from a family member who may not have ever been in our corner to begin with. They don't get us, they don't understand us, they want us to be something different than we are. And rather than accepting that, hey, we're not going to be on the same page with this person ever, if ever, then we kind of look at it and go, what's the deal, right? And so we begin to have resentment for the fact that other people have better relationships with their families, we perceive, and or I'm broken, and or this person is broken and they don't like me or I don't like them, and that adds up over time. Matter of fact, that's one of the biggest causes of mental illness is untreated family related challenges and dynamics issues. The inability to focus is another one. We often, as a society, have so many things to focus on that we have an inability to focus. In other words, does it matter more that my kid needs to get their homework done, or does it matter more that I haven't eaten since 7 a.m. this morning? Does it matter more that I need to pay this electric bill, or does it matter more that my friend or my partner needs me to get them a beer from the fridge? In other words, the inability to make decisions, the and or the flooding of having too many choices, thereby wasting a lot of time, sometimes minutes, sometimes hours, with mindless tasks because we can't focus on getting anything lasting that has an impact done, can be you know, extremely difficult. So the reality of we become frustrated when we overthink or going back over the same things in our mind that we've already decided. So the doubt of decision, the indecision of the process of decision can be extremely difficult for a number of reasons, not limited to the fact that when we feel like we need to rethink, overthink, reestablish, kind of figure out where things are going, and we never feel peace within the decision making process, that becomes super overwhelming for a variety of reasons and super overwhelming for a variety of people. It doesn't mean that you'll ever find peace with it, because sometimes just trusting in your own ability to make the right decision and the resiliency to be able to adjust accordingly is necessary. The next is if your self image is off in any way consistently. So, self image is how you see yourself internally and how you speak about yourself internally after some issues or challenges. When your self image is constantly negative, when your self image is I'm lacking or I'm less than, it will spill over into every area of your life, and so that can lead to chronic unhappiness. The last is materialism. Look, everything you will ever purchase, when you die, it's gone, it doesn't matter. So, materialism is one of the fundamental lies in our society, that we would be happier or healthier or more influential if we had this or that. And while that may be true for about 37 seconds after we purchase something, in the world somebody else has something better, something different, something more vibrant. They have more of the thing we want, or they have less responsibility, or they didn't pay as much, or whatever. And so the illusion of competition, that having stuff and materialism matters, is something that a person needs to let go. So hopefully that's helpful. I encourage you, keep your feet on the ground, your mind in the moment. Until next time, everybody.